bingo. Yeah. You reckon this is your fighter? Please log on to our Twitter at UFM898 and you can vote for this one. Yeah, Kayit. And I cannot reservoir. So how are you to velo no yes, amas. No, ke tsore ba simane ba le ba malums on deck. Sakele nna ke malum. Oh, okay. Malume man. Ke utlwile. Right. Tourism Fridays, and we've had the pleasure, the privilege, and probably this is among the best times of my life. I was going to say, besides being born, but my mom will slap me.
And your wedding. Don't do that. And your wedding.
The privilege of traveling across this beautiful province. And we're delighted and humbled by, the support that we've been shown by everyone, particularly Northwest Tourism. We're going to mention everyone. A man called Mpho Motshekwa. We call him the Big MP. We've spoken to management about offering him a permanent temporary contract. But
we're still waiting for feedback.
We're still waiting for feedback.
Are we?
Yeah, feedback is traveling as well.
I had to hit him with that. He gets so scared when we mention things like that.
It's always important when you meet people that work in the traveling space that are not just office bearers. And I want to congratulate everyone in the province who's in the tourism space. This year, you literally went out a lot more than all the other years. And I think you should take that for everyone. And thank you so much. Let's do a recap for us.
I think, Pat, before we do the recap, it's only fair and proper that we start with the genesis of the campaign.
Sure.
Please.
To say this was part of Tourism Month program, and the essence of Tourism Month is making sure that we get our people excited about the destination again. We get our people traveling once again, and given the kind of year that we've had with COVID, which has wreaked the havoc of our lives, which has disseminated everything before us, we just had to bring that confidence back, and hence we had to do this Tourism Month a bit different. And part of the program, as the genesis of this program as we would have it, was the concept of the Tourism Fridays, where we said, this is what we're going to do. You have 4 Fridays in a month. You have 4 districts in the province. We're going to take this exciting breakfast show.
Thank you.
You and the boys.
Us.
The progressive forces
of the morning.
Of the morning. But what we do, we add to the ensemble another dynamic, exciting.
Say it.
If I have to say so myself.
Full of life.
The big
MP.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the way.
You can't just let that
Where's
slide.
the crowd?
Someone bring the
Where's the flames? Where's the whistles? Where's the bagging?
And I see my crowd is here.
Yeah.
But,
They're waiting for coffee, I think.
Just blushing while looking at this man.
But back onto the business. We said, what we're going to do, each Friday, we're going to go to a different location, broadcast from that location where you and the boys would be able to paint a picture of what a beautiful province we have. But the bias would be on that particular location or area or district that we go to. We started, rightfully so, with Dr. Ruth. If you were to recall, the launch of Tourism Month happened at Dr. Ruth.
Yes,
that's true.
It's Wenzel Dam. Then we went to
Bloemhof Dam, yeah.
And Bloemhof was exciting.
Yeah.
We saw Bloemhof. Are we going to bring the issue of the fish?
We need to address it before it's all over.
The fish has been eaten.
Oh, now the truth comes out.
The conspiracy of the fish. Like, my gosh.
Let's put a pause on this. Get the story right with the fish. We're coming back. It's 13 after 7. Our discussion continues. Know your area. Tourism Fridays. Good morning. It's you with the boys.
I'm with my brother Patrick Renberg, and he says he has something helpful to share with his colleagues. Patrick, boowa.
Yeah, I bank to the bank that charged me for everything, but no more. With the FNB Aspire account, I get cash at till whilst grocery shopping, and I also get SMS notifications when money comes and goes. Plus, 60 cents back per liter in e-bucks at Engine, while that other bank only gave me 20 cents in G.
All that at no extra charge.
Yo, choose FNB, Smiley. I get more value, and because I switched my credit to FNB, I also get more e-bucks.
Mzansi, it's time to resign from the old ways of banking. If you don't know, now you know. Switch to FNB, where one simple change makes a big difference.
First National Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized FSP and credit provider. TCs and rules apply.
We take
take our hats off to the breadwinners of this country, the Bob TV, Diarora, La Poloja generation, the ones who experienced Kwaito not as a throwback, but a new sound, the ones that know all about Form 5 less than a 10. We say Danko for turning out in big numbers for the registration and getting vaccinated. The road is long, but you are leading the way. For those that fall within the age group of 35 to 49, please register for the vaccine if you haven't done so yet. In the meantime, before we call Hibiri again, please continue to wear your masks, wash and sanitize your hands regularly, and social distance. A message brought to you by the Office of the Premier Northwest Provincial Government in association with UFM. In tune with you.
In the race to be the first to break news, some journalists cut corners, sensationalize and even publish fake news. Newsnote reports in an honest manner to enable you to make informed decisions. My name is Lassen Tebe, Newsnote editor.
Get the latest news first on newsnote.co.za and Newsnote on Facebook and Twitter. Newsnote, now you know.
All your favorite songs, all spring long, all summer long, just for you. UFM, in tune with you.
You with the boys, we're blossoming like a rose today, live from Rose Blossom Guest House in KLERKSDORP. We just spoke to the owner of the place, Nomtanda Zomakasule. We're now sitting with Mpoma Tseho, the big MP. We're just recapping. When anybody says to you that tourism is expensive, what is or could be expensive is really your preference. And I think we're able to prove that with Bloemhof.
I think we did.
Yeah.
We did, Pat. And the beauty about the whole thing was we also wanted to mitigate against that pessimism.
Perception, yeah.
That tourism is expensive. Tourism is not.
It's not.
It's not expensive. But I'm happy. Finally, the matter of the fish.
Yes.
Was settled. After that beautiful bloom of experience, I think we then tracked, you'd remind me, guys, we went to Bujanala.
Then we went to Bujanala. When we got to Bujanala, we'll speak for ourselves because it seemed like in an area we frequent a lot. We thought we knew everything.
That's the beauty with this campaign because we wanted to show the destination like we have never before. And you'd recall, Bujanala is the tourism hub for this beautiful province. But we wanted to show other elements and facets of what you can do in Bujanala. And the beauty with the Tourism Friday concept is that we just don't focus on the Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday serves as a precursor in terms of content. You guys would have spoken about a number of things that you have within that particular district. From Monday up until Thursday, sort of generating excitement. People look forward to what's going to happen with the Friday. And I think that's the beauty.
The excitement, It was there. The build-up actually was something that you honestly look forward to. We built it up as well in the week. So it had that traction already.
For me, it was the revelation. Like I say with Bujanala in particular, I had been to Harties countless number of times. And I thought I knew every corner of it. Then I ended up few blocks away from my regular spots, Godiveld. There's a cheetah sanctuary there. And you see all of these wonderful animals and, they're wild dogs and they're animals right very close to your doorstep where even if the option is for you not to sleep at a guest house, you have that because you can drive in and out. And we went to the boat company. We were able to do a show on a moving boat.
Right on that tip, the boat.
On that tip.
No, that was, I thought that was the zenith,
of course,
of what we wanted to do with the campaign
at the time.
The pinnacle of it all.
At the time, because I remember Bingo behaving like what's that movie? Where people
Titanic.
Yeah.
I'm the king of the rose. He did that.
He did that.
Well done.
But guys, I think Hartis, Bujanala, Radio on Water. That was excellent. Something very special.
Also, the realization of the Big Five and how many animals you don't know you haven't seen. Like I only realized that then that I hadn't seen a lion in my life.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing as well is that they are so close. You think you have to go so far out of the province, maybe go to Kruger National Park or so on and so forth.
Mpumalanga, wherever the famous spots
But
are.
even like with just the journeys that we've taken in this month alone, we are literally surrounded by the kind of wildlife that people only dream of seeing.
For me, just very quickly, Big MP, again, Bojanala was that emphasis where, you know, one moment you're sitting on a boat, you know, and it looks like if you took the pictures and didn't tell people or you didn't caption it,
Where you, yep.
yeah, people would think that, no, you're at some European city because of, you know, the property along Harties. And literally 30 minutes later, you could be sitting among wild animals.
True.
You know, that are licking their lips and thinking, if this wasn't on camera, you and us.
Who scare people about that?
Half an hour away from each other with these areas. And that for me was among the highlights. And then we went to other areas, which we will talk about in a moment. Just gone 20 after 7. Let's get you up to speed with the latest sport. You with the boys, live from Rose Blossom Guest House in KLERKSDORP. Good morning.
Know your area and experience tourism like you've never before with your favorite boy band. Every Friday, we hit the road and explore the beauty in your district from Ruth Mompati to Kenneth Kaunda.
Be a part of the journey and join us on Tourism Fridays for the month of September on You with the Boys.
But that's not all. One lucky listener stands a chance of winning a getaway, so follow us on our social media platforms to catch all the action.
Tourism Fridays is proudly brought to you by Northwest Tourism Board and Northwest Parks Board.
It's your Northwest Province. Enjoy it.
Be a buzzer and get 10 gigs for 99 Rand or 4 gigs for just 49 Rand to stream, share, chat, call, and get things done for less with MTN Buzzer Gigs LTE. Simply purchase an MTN starter pack, follow the steps to join, and unlock great deals like 10 gigs for 99 Rand or 4 gigs for just 49 Rand. Get yours at MTN stores and selected retailers. T's and C's apply. It's go time. Everywhere you go, MTN.
Welcome to Mzansi, home of the changeables.
Where we get change like we get now.
See here, we live by a code.
Uzoyithola kanjani uhlale khoneni?
Asimo mo.
Because we know if we don't change, things won't change.
And Biki mark mere change hiso. That's why we're saying power to the changeables.
They work through the night, make a plan, adaptable problem solvers.
Who don't need a corner office to start an empire.
Because we know that sometimes
it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference. Like switching to a bank that understands change like you do. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables. FNB, how can we help you? First National Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
If there's one thing that we honestly really need to take into account is the fact that we're going to be looking at a clash of the Titans matchup. It's going to be taking place tomorrow between the Springboks and the All Blacks. The 100th test between these giants, and also going to be marking what has been titled the 5th match between these sides at a very neutral venue and the first outside of the Rugby World Cup. Now, Morne Steyn, he holds the honor of being the Springbok who scored the most individual points in a match against the All Blacks, summing up to 31. And that was actually in the 31-19 victory at Kings Park back in 2019. So in the 99 tests to date, the All Blacks have won 59 and the Springboks have only won 36, and they have been 4 draws. Unbelievably, the Springboks still boast the best winning percentage out of the All Blacks as the opponents, actually summing up to 36.4%. So we got to give them props in that regard. We bring it back locally here to our shores and our borders. Sharks coach Sean Everett, he made it clear that coaching against Johan van Graan is going to be an interesting challenge, especially going into tomorrow's Ultimate Rugby Championship clash. It's going to be taking place in Munster. Now, van Graan, he basically cut ties with his coaching teeth at the Bulls before moving up to the Springbok setup with Hanneke Meyer, and that was back in 2012. So he stayed on after Meyer and only left after the 2015 World Cup. But he moved to Munster, where he's now presides over a solid stay in the Irish province. So he's still doing quite well for himself. And something we also wanted to touch on, because we mentioned we did go to the KLERKSDORP Museum, we saw a lot of names of some of the iconic people that come from KLERKSDORP. And one that stood out as well is Gert Skalwyk. He is a South African footballer born in KLERKSDORP. So he has played for Free State Stars. That was back in 2001 to 02, Wits University as well. He even had a trade at Kaizer Chiefs as well from 04 to 09. And then he was on loan for Bloemfontein Celtic. And then Pat's team, Orlando Pirates, they had him for just 2 years, from 09 to 11. And then Maritzburg United, he did a loan spell there. But one of the things we can say is that we are honored to actually be in the amazing place called KLERKSDORP, where such legendary people are born. So a lot more is going to be coming at you when it comes to such legends. But right here on You With The Boys, we're keeping it locked, in tune with you.
Hi, this is Malay, and I wake up with Pat Cash, Bingo, and Kamuchi on UFM. Much love.
Just gone 7:29. That's the second Pick Your Fighter. Paul is up on Twitter. Malum's on Dex. It was chosen by me. Why you Kalwena?
Come on, he's so proud. He's got that stomach in, chest out mode right now.
Yeah, no. Mabani Khantarzama. Obviously, this was part of the plan as well to highlight township tourism. We were telling the story during the week about a musician long time ago who found himself in a shebeen in a township, and it led to a Grammy. So there's no way we're going to do, tourism month and not focus on township tourism. And once again, every time we come to this place, we always come up with these jams, and there's a lot of them. I mean, I don't know how we're going to divide our money and our time. You wish you could split yourself in half. We went to the Ark Guest House in Jubiton. And we met a wonderful family there that runs that place. And don't get me wrong, it's a township, yes, but you get to this place, you realize, then I've got more reasons to come here.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then we've got, the man who runs the place, Jimmy Chauke, Absheni. Minjani. Happy Heritage Day. No, like a black man, get your checkbook and a rack. The Ark Guest House. You recently rebranded, did you not? Salala like change Aline.
Hane ke qala ke bula pleke ele. Ntse ke sokolana le lebiso.
Okay.
Hore na nka ibitsa ka lebiso le feng.
Okay.
Ke nka ba mabitso a bana kwa kopanya ke wa splitter mare.
Okay.
Ke le ka hore ke khotsofatse ngwana o molomo o sana ska re why lebitsitswe ka o mo le sa biswa ka o mo. At the end of the day be re fihlella lebiso la Khululeka. Guest house. So e le hore ka tlung ke na le ngwana bitswa Nonkululeko. Ka bona Khululeka Nonkululeko di a tsamiselana mo le batho ha ba tlile ba tlolokoloa ho tlo ba mona. Ke before ke register a business.
Okay.
By then. So be ke fihla mo processing ya gore no tlamile ke register a business ka the same name.
What year is this again?
It was 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. So ke be ke ba le di complications tsa hore nka re lebitso le hona le mo le ile la sebediswa teng before.
Yeah.
So I need hore ke change lebitso.
Ana Nonkululeko tlolwa le rona yana.
Nonkululeko ba mo nka ba mo lahlela kantle.
Hey man. Jwale ho batla lebitso le lentjha.
Ho batla la lebitso le letjha ke mo ke fihlelletseng lebitso le la the Ark.
But what's the inspiration behind the Ark?
Behind the Ark inspiration ke the Noah's Ark.
Oh, Noah's Ark.
Yes.
Okay. The start of life.
Yeah.
No, ga ile gore ga isu go the Ark ba go loko Jubitino ka bona ra Chauke wa agila yo. Wa agila gore ke triple stand. How many stands are those?
It can be 4 or 5 stands.
And when you were getting into this, were there any people who were saying to Brajimi manjegani so apleki so boom and this wakasi so?
Yeah, dipuo tse jwalo tsona di bile teng.
Yeah.
Firstly, inele hore ebe o tla e qeta. Remember hore most of the people ba ne ba ntse ba ke le security guy.
You were a security guard?
Yes.
Oh. When?
Yes.
That's a throwback for
somebody. Okay, let's carry on. There's a bit of inspiration, yeah.
Ke itsamela fela ka bicycle. Where I'm sebetsi low chase.
I wonder what's the name of the bike, but let's carry on.
Later on, ho bo ba le business e ke ratang ke bona e etswa ke motho o mo.
Okay.
So I decided hore le nna nka re nka e qala mohlomong tla nkisa somewhere. Of course, ke nnete inkukile ya ntahlela somewhere. Hantse ke rana a ke re jwale ke itshebetsa. Ha o sana mo tla reng ha ke retire be ke fumana di special fund teng ho ga le o sebetsa ga o le bo a tshwara mo. Ka re nna ke iketsetse di retirement hore mohlomong business e ha ke sa hlole ke khona ho rana ke tsebe hona le mo ke tla khona go fumana papa teng.
Jwale how kena ka the Ark? Ho qala ka the structure that's a double story before we get to the other flat structures. Was that the initial foundation of the building?
No. Firstly, when I started, ke iketsetsa fela di rental place.
Ama room.
Batho ba tlo tla ba rent mo. Then the other structure se flat. Ke tene ke iketsetsa guest house teng. Ke re no ke tlo e kgalwa mahareng hore di tenant di ska kopana le di guests.
The guests, yeah.
So right now you have tenants and guests.
No. Ke le ka tenant to guest house ka
All
ofela.
together. Okay.
One of the things I actually saw, mo di kamoreng tsa go go la di painting tse di pila yang mona. Very very smart. So ne ke batla go botsa ka support we create. Is it a thing ya the community le bona ba bona gore relevance ya guests sa go etsang for the community?
Yeah, ke ba bona di paintings ke dintho tse itletseng fela honna. Ke le ka utlwa ke rata di color blockies. So that is why boning ki di split the way ki di split.
Another style.
All
right. Let's talk about the actual guest house. You would think because it's in a township, there's no security. There's plenty. High walls, lovely palisades at the top, so security is not an issue. Who would go there? This is my view, and you guys would help me. I want to write a book about a character that lives in a township, and I really want to capture the essence, but I want to live in a safe place that is graded by tourism authorities. It's safe and it's clean. I found 3 different types of rooms. How? Please take us through them.
The room tse ke ne ke entse di bachelor, di suite room. So hona le tse ding tse na le di bethe tse pedi ka moare.
Ke di bo.
So ke like ha ke fumana maybe the guest like e le bo batho ba bontate ba tsama ba le babedi so that ba ka kgona ho share room ya teng. So di room tsa teng ke di bitsa 450. And then ke be le tse ding if you ka checka ha ile ba le checkisitse number 9. It's almost the same.
We saw number 9.
Yeah, we saw all the rooms at different price ranges from 450 all the way.
Number 9 is the same like number 16 in a libetetse piti but yona in a AA1. So it's okay for maybe family etlo qetang matsatsi. At least nyana hona le spaces nyana mo ka kgona go chilla teng motseare o ska iphumana o dutse udima bethe for the whole day. So tsona ke 400. And then rebeletse le tse flat tse ka kwanana tsa di bachelor ke 350. Di rate ke le ka hore di rate tsa ka di kgone hore di meet standard sa batho ba mokasi.
Of course.
We had a scenario of the type of people that will come visit your guest house, and we're saying if you're visiting a family, mhlambe nshonelwe, or it's a wedding, that is a perfect spot for you to go and stay away from the family if you want to, and then wake up in the morning, do what you have to do, and leave.
Yeah, ke yona emi yona eo, and then not that one. Le wena mohlomong o motho wa hae mo o sebetsa ka ntle o sana room wa lona room ya o fedile e tlamana da o tla wa tseba ona le mo gona go fihlela teng o spenda nako ha bosiu motse ya rona le family ya ha ko hae.
And so I think it's not actually even far away from a lot of the nice, excuse me, places that Joburg actually has. It local, it close nyana or one. Moto ha batlo o tsena mo pleking yana on down yana in monating yana. Everything's close. I get it.
Yes. Because re na le batho ba rona be leng hore ha ba rate drop. Ba supportive mo dinthong tsa location.
Sure.
So wa tseba hore o local for you.
And then there was COVID. You had to deal with that. How is that treating you, and how are you recovering from that that period?
Yes, ibile matsapa.
Yeah.
Ibile matsapa. Holo for my side ho no sna problem. Problem e ne le batho ba ntshebeletsang. Bona ke tlo dila jwang ka bona in this COVID because now we need to close the places. They need to stay home, no work, no pay.
Sure.
I understand.
Yeah.
So in a problem as well. But like moto sebetsang o khona go iketsetsa security. Ke le ka bona hore na ke tlonka masenteng aka. Ke ne ke ba kwale ba khona ho thiba mabaka bona. So ne ke nka from my own pocket ke ba patala ba ntse ba le ko hae. Then ha ke na le bathunyana o iwane ba ithunyana ke khona phone ile o iwane hore e tlo nthusa.
No, right, Tumela. Jimmy Chauke is the man who owns the Ark Guest House in Joburg, and we're delighted that you came on the show. We wish you all the best with your business. We're able to come through and see it. The bookings tsa lona kutle mme ha e kwana re santse le lokisa taba tsena tsa bo di website le bo di Facebook jalo jalo. re tsamaya kae mo?
Yeah, ke ntho e le hore e tla etsahala very soon. It's just that fela nna ha ke kena sekolo. Ke nkile ntho tse ke di lahletse ho bona gore bona ba dile ka tsona, ba tla bona gore bona ba tswa jwang ka tsona. Nna ke a builder, bona ba etsa process e nngwe.
Ke hle ke le jwetse right next to the guest house. Yena ntate ena a re nga ha kena sekolo, na le another business right next door to it. So take that to the bank. Jimmy Chauke, we're delighted that we were able to experience Black How ka kgwedi ena ya tourism ena. We wish you all the best and happy Heritage Day as well to you and your family and all your staff.
All
right. That's where we're going to leave it. It's 20 to 9 o'clock. We're also live on Facebook, by the way. Check out at UFM 898. We're streaming live from Rose Blossom Guest House. We're in KLERKSDORP. As part of our Tourism Fridays, this is the 4th and last district that we're visiting.
For the season.
Yeah.
The season 1. Okay.
Season 1, we will back.
I'll talk to some people and see if we can't figure anything out.
You have a couple of plugs, no?
Yeah, that's the way. On the way, the third Pick Your Fighter. It's UFM in tune with you.
Unemployed person who suffered an occupational injury or disease and as a result acquired a permanent disablement. Do you wish to improve your skills to return to work or be self-employed? Are you a dependent of a COID pensioner or a dependent of a COID client with a permanent disablement wanting to further your studies at a public post-school education and training institute? The Compensation Fund is inviting previously employed persons who suffer occupational injuries or diseases and as a result acquired a permanent disablement, as well as dependents of COID pensioners or dependents of clients with a permanent disablement to apply to the Vocational Rehabilitation Bursary Scheme for 2022 academic year. The applicants must have been accepted at a recognized TVET college, CET college, or higher education institution. For more information, please contact Mr. Nzori Mafa or Mr. Luyolo Fani on 012-319-9264 or send an email to cfexternalbursaries@labour.gov.za and send a WhatsApp to 082-937-2062.
Did you know that September is celebrated as Tourism Month nationally? The theme for this year is Tourism for Inclusive Growth. Equally, September is Heritage Month. This month allows for a heightened focus on the importance of tourism to the local economy and serves as an opportunity to promote domestic tourism. It highlights tourism attractions, showcases tourism products, and creates a culture of travel among South Africans. The tourism promotions events in various districts and local municipalities will be used to advocate for COVID-19 vaccination, thus amplifying on government's campaign to encourage citizens to vaccinate, although targeting the tourism and hospitality sectors and players. This necessitates a call to action on tourism sector players to partake and assist travel and tourism to take place within the confines of the COVID-19 protocols. Janala, itemogele tlhago ngwao boswa le bontle jwa Northwest Province ka bophara. Arieng, kenako. This message is brought to you by the Northwest Tourism Board.
Welcome to Mzansi, home of the changeables.
Where we get change like we get now.
See here, we live by a code.
Uzoyithola kanjani uhlale khoneni?
Asimo states mo.
Because we know if we don't change, things won't change.
And Biki maak meer change hierso. That's why we're saying power to the changeables.
The work through the night, make a plan, adaptable problem solvers.
Who don't need a corner office to start an empire.
Because we know
that sometimes
it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference. Like switching to a bank that understands change like you do. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables. FNB, how can we help you? First National Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
Hey Boobeams, this is Moonchild Saneli. You're listening to You with the Boys on UFM. Yes!
Feeling the pain that's lost and scars inside us all. Talking to brutes and suits about how they would fall. We find a day where all we say. We find a day. Come with me, babe. Come lay with me inside my dreams of future past. Come sing the You set my world on fire. 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 Yeah, yeah. You set my world. You set my world on fire. Yeah, 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 yeah. You set my world. You set my world on fire. You set my world. You set my world on fire. You set my world. You set my world on fire.
You are listening to the People's Poet Mzwakhe Mbuli on You with the Boys. On You FM. Pet, Cash, Kamo, Bingo. Entertainment, empowerment, fun, news, wisdom, motivation. God bless Africa. God is Africa. God bless. God bless. God bless.
KLERKSDORP You are 97.0.
If you are over 18 years old, don't miss your moment to take your shot. Northwest Health encourages you to come through and get a free vaccination at any of the vaccination sites near you. Shop around to the vaccination site for registration and vaccinate immediately or be given a later date. Bona chomi, Zakalaka ID or birth certificate to the site. Take your shot, protect the future. This message was brought to you by the Northwest Department of Health. Healthy living for all.
So to convince their dad to at least try to keep up with the changeables, Ashwin's kids have decided to organize a live switch intervention right here on the show.
Dad, you can't be with your bank and keep up with the changeables because your bank charges you to be rewarded. Ugh, I can't deal.
Seriously, Dad, you can get up to 3 times your monthly personal account fee back in value, which includes rewards for us all to spend at Checkers, Clicks, and Take a Lot.
You can even get and use e-bucks to pay for fuel at Engine. What does your current bank give you, Dad?
20 cents, but they also try... Shh!
Just switch, Dad.
Yeah, nay, it's true. Switch to FNB, where one simple change makes a big difference. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeable.
FNB Changeable.
First National Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized FSP and credit provider. T's and rules apply, dependent on your account and rewards earned.
Let's remind you that Nando's Rustenburg Mall is now open and ready to peri-peri, yeah? Grab your friends and family and drop in for the legendary flavor of our 24-hour marinated flame-grilled chicken and warmest welcome in town. Nando's Rustenburg Mall is situated at the Rustenburg Mall on the R104. You can order online at nandos.co.za or you can download Nando's app for click and collect. Nando's, fire it up. Always wanted to say that. Right. From talking about Nando's, now we're talking to a chef, Mr. Lawrence Moyo. He's the chef at Rose Blossom Guest House, and he joins us now on the show. And how you doing, sir?
I'm fine, sir.
Before I answer you,
there we go. As he goes in,
he just went.
So you guys fixed yourself some plate. Big dog. What do you have there?
I have myself a lovely sunny side up, right?
Yeah, sunny side up.
Sunny side up egg over here. The way the yolk just oozes, I could show you, but once again, it's gonna get live.
You live on Facebook.
I know. I'm showing like. Oh, you see that? Can you see it? Can you see the ooze, warrior?
I can.
Perino,
you into?
Mr. Moyo, what am I eating?
It's a farce. Juicy farce.
Beef.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
beef.
There we go.
On a scale of 1 to 10, there's no scale for you. This is too good. This is too good.
There's even a nice chakalaka here that gives you a bit of a kick in the morning that you need. You see that? What's in the chakalaka, by the way?
It's carrots, tomatoes, and the beans.
Ooh, I see even like some diced onions. It's diced, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta dice your onions, right?
There we go.
So you're the main chef here?
Yes, I'm the main chef here.
On a regular basis, how many dishes on an average day? How many dishes do you prepare?
We prepare about 10 or 15 dishes a day.
Okay.
This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
3 courses.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the breakfast, and then we've got the brunch, which is the lunch, and then we do the dinner as well.
Okay.
What's a typical brunch menu?
A typical brunch menu is like maybe if we have some wraps or tramazinis or fish and chips or steak and egg, just 150 grams of a steak and topped with egg and then chips on the side.
You know what I actually picked up? Lawrence.
Are we having... I mean, we've got the whole table filled with some of the goodies the guys are already having. Are we allowed to dig in after here?
Yes, you are.
I actually noticed something. You party did the bacon on a grill, right?
Yes, we do it on a flat top grill.
I can taste the smokiness. It just melts in your mouth, never in your hand. It's got this nice little bit of a to it as well once you get to the center of it all. Oh, I'm in bliss. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you.
How did you decide on the menu for this place? I mean, you'll find, there's the guest house everywhere. Everybody promises this, promises that. How did you guys conjure up that this is what we're going to do?
It comes with all experience. Because I've been a chef for 15 years.
15 years?
Yes, I've been working in the Middle East. I've been in Europe, in some parts of Africa. So when I came back home, after the COVID, we decided we just have to do takeaways. And then on the process of doing takeaways, that's where we met Usisunom, and then we came here. So like when we came here, we said, let's just combine our dishes, continental dishes with African dishes. So I think it goes well together because the people, they love the food.
South Africa, we on a day like today, we normally refer to this day as Braai Day. Yes. And two questions I want to ask you. First of all, I battled with my braai. Okay. You helped me. You're a chef. Okay. Next time you see me at a braai, this man gave me tips. Should I prick the meat? I mean, the vor. Whoa. Don't go. I'm speaking to a chef here. Should I prick the? I know this. Wait. Okay. I want to hear it from the man. Yeah. When my voice is on the fire, should I be pricking it and letting the oil come out?
No, it's like when you're pricking, you're taking out the flavor.
Oh.
So you don't ever do that, even if we're doing with a steak or your voice, like you say. You just let it grill or just roll it up on the grill. That's it only. When you prick it, you're taking out the juice.
I told you. Right? I told you.
No, you didn't. You did. You out here preaching your voice at home and losing all the flavor.
He's making his voice dry and slender.
Do you have a signature dish that you present every now and then?
Yes,
I'm gonna eat.
We've got a signature dish. We do the glazed balsamic lamb chops.
Yes.
We do it with mashed potato.
Yeah.
And then we also do our oxtail.
Okay.
Yes.
The mashed potato, you have to throw the butter in, right? It gives it a little bit more volume.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you my.
We need to know the secret. Okay, but even like the oxtail, I need to give pointers here. At least, can you give us pointers? Maybe not the secret to it, but like use which red wine do you use for the oxtail?
For oxtail, we use when you want your oxtail to come out nice, you just have to use the balsamic and the red wine.
Yeah.
Oh, see? A tip.
Balsamic like it's in vinegar?
The balsamic vinegar, yes.
And then with the red wine?
And then with the red wine.
How long do you let it simmer for?
You put it in the oven, let it simmer for like 6 hours.
Woo!
Until it falls off the bone.
Oh, here's a man.
I'm hungry again. I'm eating. I can't
You mentioned that you obviously traveled and you cooked elsewhere in the world. How's the demand for African cuisine, say in the Middle East? Were you ever requested, hey, prepare something South African for us?
Yes. There are some teachers along the place where I was working. They always come here, the South African teachers. So they used to come every weekend for the poiki, because I used to do the beef poiki. So they used to come for that all the time.
Hey, poiki, have a little poiki. I'm having a beef sausage, and I just wonder, maybe we should just take a break. Because the way things are going now is we're never going to finish, this interview. Man's name is Lawrence Moyo. It tells you that this place, Rose Blossom Guest House, takes their cuisine very seriously. They've got a well-traveled chef, man who's got a lot of experience. And then
you poke the sausage.
Gents. I was asking a chef, okay? You guys gave me different advices a little bit later. a little bit earlier. Lawrence Moyo, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I truly appreciate it. I wish I could talk to you longer, but we can't.
I have so many things I want to ask you, but I can't do it right now. My mouth is full. I don't know why I'm talking.
You have a wedding here tomorrow.
Yes, we've got a wedding here tomorrow. And
are you in charge of the food?
Yes, I'm in charge of the food.
And how big is your team for a wedding when you do a wedding like that?
I'm only working with 4 guys only.
And that's it?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Too many hands spoil the dish. I keep telling these guys.
Okay, he's a head chef. You got your sous chef, right, as well?
Yes, I'm a sous chef. I'm a head chef. We also do sushi here.
Oh, yes. Hey, the sushi. If anybody wants sushi, our chef over here can hook you up.
One last thing that we need to settle before we go on. Guacamole is avocado, right?
Guacamole is avocado, yes.
That's it. Fancy people trying to put this. Go Rose Blossom or so. Guacamole, avocado. I get a lot of one. I got KLERKSDORP. Come on.
News on UFM.
Stories making headlines at 8. City of Johannesburg Mayor Jolidi Matongo will be laid to rest today, and Deputy Minister in the presidency, Professor Hlengiwe Mkhize, was described as a phenomenal woman. For UFM News at 8, I am Dimakatso Kgenkwe. Good morning. The funeral service of Johannesburg Mayor Jolidi Matongo will be held at the Fine Town Hall this morning. Matongo died in Lenasia near his home in a car crash at the age of 46. Yesterday, President Cyril Ramaphosa visited the bereaved family. And here is Silva Sibia reporting.
Ramaphosa was there in his capacity as the leader of the ANC and he used the occasion to rally support for the party.
He was leading our campaign to win our election. So let's do that. Let's go all out. We need his honor. Your campaigner and we go to go. Yes. So that we win our election. Party ANC Yawa. Now, your presence here just shows that the ANC lives.
Ramaphosa, who had been campaigning alongside Matongo shortly before the fatal accident, says he won't be able to attend the funeral.
I have to travel later to Limpopo, so I won't be able to attend the funeral, but my other comrades will attend and represent all of us extremely well at his funeral.
Matongo leaves behind one child and his wife. The ANC is here to decide on his replacement. Silva Sibia, News Note, Lenasia South.
Minister of Youth, Women and Persons with Disabilities, Maite Nkwana Mashabane, says her late deputy, Professor Hlengiwe Mkhize, died at the time when the country is fighting gender-based violence. She was speaking at Mkhize's memorial service in Randburg yesterday.
So we have lost in the department a real warrior, particularly at this time when women are murdered at home, at church, in the streets, everywhere they go. Just as Cabinet says, yes, the bill for the Council, National Council of Gender-Based Violence and Femicide, let it go to Parliament. She also say good night. But I'm sure wherever she is, she's heard the news. And we plead with South Africans that it mustn't maybe take too long before we get a go-ahead to form the National Council of Gender-Based Violence and Femicide.
69-year-old Mkhize died last week after a long illness. And finally, Deputy Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Obed Papela, says the national government will intervene and complete all RDP house projects that were abandoned in the Northwest Province. Papela said this after concluding a week-long service delivery oversight visit at the Ngakamudere Mulema District Municipality. Tabang Morutwa reports.
Bapela says National Human Settlements Department has already set aside funds to complete the unfinished RDP houses.
The instability in human settlement and Cape in the Northwest is a delay for rectifier. Logo agamatlo chelete asibutata chelete teng ba idutsi I touch you because ya dintlu tseo for so long as so mo dintlu tseo ngwana motho ka etsang anything. Minister of National Romedzeli team officer to come and help Northwest ka capacity under section 101B, that department in particular.
Bapela says the Minister of Human Settlements, Mamoloko Kubai, will soon visit the province. Tabang Murutwa, News Note in Mahikeng.
Recapping top stories at 8, City of Johannesburg Mayor Jolidi Matongo will be laid to rest today. And Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Hlengiwe Mkhize, was described as a phenomenal woman. That's where we're going to leave it for now. Stay tuned for more news at 9.
For more on these stories, visit newsnote.co.za.
You are listening to
You with the Boys
on UFM. Stay tuned.
Hey Boobings, this is Moonchild Saneli. You're listening to You with the Boys on UFM.
I saw you soon as you came bouncing through the door. You and your mans and them just took over the floor. Started doing your thing and it made me notice you even more. The way you turned around and looked at me, it seemed as though you must have somehow felt me staring on below. Something tells me you're the kind having you right here and right now. Your smile and all the love you're showing lets me know that you like what you see and wanna get to know me too. This could very well be the start of something special. Happy that I met you. I ain't even gonna fly, I ain't even gonna lie. Since you wake up in the club, I've been giving you the giving you. We can dance if you want to. Is it cracking if you liking it? Must be a full moon. Like one of those nights. I ain't even gonna run, even gonna lie. Since you wake up in the club, I've been in the club, giving you the high. Feel like one of those nights. I didn't think that I'd come here tonight. Need someone like this. Start feeling the way I do. Seems like we've known each other most of our lives. After one conversation, this must be right. Even gonna run. Ooh, baby. Hey, yeah, hey. We can dance if you want. Get it crackin' if you like. Must be a full moon. Like one of those nights. I ain't even gonna set you light. I'm giving you the high. We can dance if you want. Get it crackin' if you like. Must be a full moon. Like one of those nights. I ain't even gonna even go like that. I ain't even gonna lie. Since you wake up in the walk up in the club, giving you the high. We can dance if you dance if you want. Get it crackin' if you like. Must be a full moon. Like one of those nights.
Here's to the rebirth of radio. Radio that's in tune with its people.
In tune with the listener.
In tune with you. That's what radio's all about. You are radio.
And radio is you.
So you deserve style,
Your aspirations.
and your ever-changing music taste.
Radio that keeps its fingers on the pulse.
Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content.
A listener-led radio station.
Radio that doesn't speak at people,
But radio that listens and engages its listeners. The rebirth is here. Radio that laughs with you.
cries with you.
Celebrates with you. Radio that understands you.
Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race.
That's why we do what we do.
We listen to inspire, forever keeping in tune with you.
No matter where you are, we stay in tune with you. UFM.
It's the You Flashback, taking you back to that you moment.
So the Constitutional Court has given UNISA tot the start, die begin van the academic year 2023 to revise its taal. Wag en wag en wag. Hey, my Afrikaans bundles are depleted. You're not dressed for the day.
Look who's talking. Are you dressed? Is that
Excuse
tradition?
me?
Oh, that's. Hang on. Whose heritage is that now?
My own. No, I'm asking because it's not everyone that can ride a bike.
Nah.
I don't trust my bicycle riding ability.
Ngiyazi ukuthi wena uthanda umuntu wakhe.
Hey.
Lo, ngiyazibuzela nje.
Uthanda kanjani?
Udlala ngenye into manje.
Angeke ngiyenze lento eyo.
Brunch with Sweetness. Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 12 midday on UFM 89.8 FM to 103.9 FM. In tune with you.
We have two business owners on the show today who are going head-to-head on how much their banks are actually costing their business. Temba.
I pay 5 rand for the accounts and about 500 rand for
into a payment device. I also get mileage charge, card swipes, and a free business savings account that allows me to set aside money from our main account for future projects. Oh, and we can also withdraw money for petty cash at no extra cost from our checkers and other retailers.
How? And the monthly account fee?
0 monthly account fee. That's why it's called First Business Zero.
Nah,
It's obvious which bank keeps things low cost when running your business or starting out. One simple change makes a big difference. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables. Wena man.
First National Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized FSP and credit provider. T's and C's apply.
To celebrate Top T's 14th birthday, we're bringing you unbelievable 14 days of 14 incredible deals to update or renovate your home. What better way to celebrate with us than by shopping safely in store or online at topt.co.za. We're giving you 2 whole weeks to enjoy and shop a range of deals that you won't find anywhere else. Top T's 14th birthday is one not to miss. Waza Ekaya with Top T. T's and C's apply.
We take our hats off to the breadwinners of this country, the Bob TV, DRAAI, La Poloja generation, the ones who experienced Kwaito not as a throwback, but a new sound. We say Danko for turning out in big numbers for the registration and getting vaccinated. The road is long, but you are leading the way. For those that fall within the age group of 35 to 49, please register for the vaccine if you haven't done so yet. In the meantime, before we call Hibiri again, please continue to wear your masks. Wash distance. A message brought to you by the Office of the Premier Northwest Provincial Government. With you.
It's 13 minutes after 8. You with the boys live in KLERKSDORP. Ra utlwala gore re ba bang ba rona re laletse re nole kgemere ya le kgemere nngwe man. Go na di kgemere tse dingwe ne ga ke itse re ba di titiela ka eng. Gore ele e na le
How many glasses did you have?
o ka re 6.
Another jug.
And he did.
He finished the jug, yeah.
No, gore re tswa go di plekeng tse dintsi mabane.
They gave us something different.
Well, he had to sell us out, man.
No, it's not a seller. We got a gift.
It was a very lovely gift.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. And the big MP, he was out here indulging.
He
organized it as well, indulged a bit. We high-fived. No one saw that moment. So you have to take it all in.
But you know the big MP brings it all in.
Oh,
no way.
I'm not sure you're going to have to declare stationing.
In Kgemere.
Or at least say, packet ya kgemere.
Ba tsamaise ga ba utlwela re gatele pele. Ba gatele pele. O itse mo ke boneng gore kgemere ya go nkandla ya raga. Ke ga ke bona modiri ka nna o lina la go le moena ke moena. Na ke thaile o bua mo fono kutla motsa reng jalo nje. Ko mako ka re I know. La be re fitlile banna. Motho ra Let's get back to our recap. Tourism Fridays. We spoke about the 2 areas we went to. We had just finished Bojanala.
Bojanala. Yeah. What we did was then to say, okay, let's go to Ngaka.
Yeah.
And you'd recall some interesting things happened for Ngaka. Because we started the Toya Zerost.
Yes.
Which is very pregnant culture and history as well, as you would have seen.
Very easy to miss, by the way.
You drive right past it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And I think you guys indulged with Groot Mariko.
Yeah. And got a lot of history from the place Groot Mariko as a whole. We found out that it's actually Madikwe, which leads to the lodge where we ended up on Friday as part of the tour.
But also understanding that this is a family show. I'm not sure, are we allowed to share with our listeners the producer?
No, by it.
Somebody need to get a good squirt on.
Bagolo ga se nna ke bona la mpona nna ke motho a kereke bagolo.
How did you put it though?
Guy.
Taba ya
O ra go lapeng. Mosadi ke mmoletse pila ka re.
No, you told it on air. I want you to tell the same way you.
Ke rile gona le tawe sa le a motshela ka motlhapologo. Ke be ile ya.
Because we're actually struggling with a term to say on air.
Yeah.
Because we're a family show. So we didn't know how to put it. So I think you just ended up uti yamkhasa.
Pat, with the guys we moved to Mafikeng.
Oh yeah.
A capital
Home sweet home.
of the province.
Yeah.
Where we had a lovely evening at a local eatery, which is part of the lifestyle promotion, tourism. PH network feeds into the tourism value chain. The entire province. Then our tourism Friday, we went to Madiko Game Reserve.
That was a drive.
That was a drive.
That was a drive.
A drive worth taking, though.
Yeah, it was almost as if you are giving up all the luxuries to go discover a better luxury.
Look, I think Madikwe represents to us in the tourism biz in the Northwest Province, heaven on earth.
Yeah.
As you guys would have seen.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And a very interesting story with Madikwe.
Please take us through that. We touched on it.
We spoke of this interesting phenomenon, which at the time was referred to as Operation Phoenix. This world at the time. It was never heard of. It was never seen before. Because maybe let's quickly do this. There are about 15 parks within the province. The two big parks that we would all know of is Pilanesberg National Park and Madikwe Game Reserve. But in terms of their business, they are different. And in terms of the market they cater for, it's different. Madikwe, before there was Madikwe, that area, that whole area was used for cattle subsistence, cattle farming. So the model was that we need to have something that will change the economic landscape of the area, because we're dealing with an area that is socially and economically depressed.
Sure.
So you need something that will change. Came in because what we did deliberately, government subordinated your conservation imperatives to economic imperatives. Beautiful game reserve. On the fall, and as I said, the issue there was to say, how do we make sure that the German sedans that drives in there, it impacts on your local communities. And the success of Madiko is that when you see schools, that model is working. And indeed, that model is working because it's one of the best in the world. You guys, there's a concept that we refer to as responsible tourism. That's when the environment, the economic imperatives, and the people work in harmony. And that model works for us. So as I was saying, that Operation Phoenix, that's when that gave birth, and that was the genesis of how Madikwe came about. Pat, the biggest translocation of animals at the time in the world. So Madikwe for us represents, that we know that everybody, when people die, they want to go to heaven.
They want to.
We'll bring heaven
closer.
And you would have seen with Madikwe River Lodge. And one of the oldest lodges there, but the infrastructure is still good. And over time, there have been more lodges on the ground that have come up.
Built there.
We have about 30 on the ground now, each themed differently, the character being different. But with Madikwe, again, colleagues, what we're trying to say is that we're talking affordable luxury. Because there's that element that, but Madikwe is priced differently. The price regime is out of people's reach. Whereas, as I said, the model at the time was that the focus would be on the international market. But now we had to shift
and adjust.
Given COVID. With our borders being closed, the question becomes, how do we then become attractive to the domestic market? Because your domestic market needs to insulate you now that you're having challenges with your international market. But it's one of the things that we've learned. Because COVID
a lot.
This fixation now with the dollars and the pounds
and the euros and whatnot.
It's not sustainable. What we need to do, and I think this is a very big component of this campaign we're on. How do we excite the domestic market? How do we ensure that we ignite interest from this sector? Because this sector, this is our go-to sector, and not only now, but I think moving forward, this is in with your international, as opposed to how we used to do it, where we're chasing after the pounds and the dollars. Look at us now.
Yeah,
true.
There we go. So that was our episode. Re dumedise ka pejana hela. Kgosi Matlapeng le kae? Nya re teng. Ha ra go lebala le seng. Re lebogetse mokgono re tshotse ka teng. Le ga go le lata bo pengo ba tla bona gore ba tswaya nna ke kopa hela le mpitse ko lekgotleng ke tlo toloka tog le tla bua ka Setswana ke tla bua sekgwa hela gore ke nne teng ko pitso. It's 22 after 8. An update of your sport holiday edition of the show. Last update. Good morning.
Kicks, and then, like a rose among the thorns, they appeared.
Genuine mint condition Kanye sneakers for 600 rands.
Maar kan jy reflect a biggie? 6 clips. Finding a good deal online isn't always easy.
Genuine.
South Africa, we can't afford to be taken for another ride. But you can afford the new Nando's Prego and chips. No scams, just nje. Nando's. Fight it up.
Welcome to Mzansi, home of the changeables.
Where we get change like we get now.
See here, we live by a code.
Uzoyithola kanjani uhlale khoneni?
Asimo states mo.
Because we know if we don't change, things won't change.
And Biki mark mere change hiso. That's why we're saying power to the changeables.
They work through the night, make a plan, adaptable problem solvers.
Who don't need a corner office to start an empire. Because we know
that sometimes
it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference. Like switching to a bank that understands change like you do. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables. FNB, how can we help you? First National Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
We are not done yet. We are still within this match on You with the Boys taking place when it comes to our Tourism Fridays in KLERKSDORP. And one thing we need to put a spotlight on is how Manny Libok, he will make his Stormers debut at Flyhoff in the opening United Rugby Championship encounter, and that's taking place in Benetton in Italy. Now the Stormers get their campaign underway. This is against an Italian side in a match that kicks off at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and it's one of those matches you cannot afford to miss out on to see what this man is all about. And this is also a quick recap that tomorrow it is a clash of the Titans matchup between the Springboks and the All Blacks, marking history as well as the 100th test between the two sides. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the Springboks are going to bounce back, especially after failing to go up against the Wallabies, which is definitely a comeback that we need to, of course, put on. And the match is going to be kicking off at 9:05. So once we wrap up our matchup, this one is going to be kicking off. And then also taking place abroad when it comes to our football, we've seen how Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku, he feels a need for football to adopt stronger positions than just taking the knee. Now we are referring to how their defender Marcos Alonso, he explained his decision to stop taking the knee before matches instead of standing and pointing to his shirt regarding the saying no to racism badge. Now, he felt that act lost a lot of impact, but in a situation where even Lukaku himself has added on saying that he believes that such viewpoints, of course, do raise a point because even the online abuse is still continuing, so maybe a stronger stand is needed against that kind of situation.
Well, I think we've got an opportunity here not to take Marcos Alonso any more serious. We shouldn't take him any seriously. He should at least go and speak to victims of racism. And they will tell him just how important it is for us to keep highlighting racism in sport, particularly in English football.
I think Lukaku actually coming out as somebody who could be a victim of such things, that's something that kind of now gives him that backing that maybe the stand that he's taking is something of a good point to highlight that it's not effective enough anymore.
8:25. When we come back, we wrap up with the big MP. We're going to talk about the KLERKSDORP Museum that we went to go visit. Made us very jealous. We'll talk a little bit more about the Van Menkies Nature Reserve that we've been raving a lot about. And as another club that's opening, Komasenkeng. We'll chat a little bit about that. Plus, it's You with the Boys. Let's get more music to get your Friday and Happy Heritage Day to a good start.
Hey guys, this is Malay, and you're listening to UFM, cause you with the boys, with the boys, and you with the boys, with the boys, and you with the boys, and Pat Cash, Kamachi, and Bingo, you with the boys on UFM.
South Africa, give yourself a pat on the back for keeping a culture of diversity as far as our heritage is concerned. Yeah, and we're wrapping up our Tourism Friday today. We're in KLERKSDORP. Yeah, then we came here. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda.
When I touch the evening when we left Ngak.
Yes.
Before we went to Madikwe. Bingo had fun.
Yes,
Remember?
I did. You a bit too much fun.
He was actually, he did that whole before and after thing.
Yeah.
What would happen at that establishment?
No, it wouldn't have been proper Tourism Month if we did not highlight on that element.
Should I tell the story?
Please.
From what you saw, please.
Ha ke tlhalosa hela ka boripana nako e re me ka hafoka fomosing motho nwele the PH in PH network lenaneo lotlhe re tseno ko Madikwe re tsogile gore diphologolo di a gore tebela ka gore motho everywhere there no na itumetse ra leboga
and he kept on that. More bridging.
Stop. I survived.
What were your remedies again that you get to run?
I jogged.
You jogged.
Yeah, I took a jog.
It worked for you.
But then on a serious note, we then moved to Dr. KK, where we touched on Poch and KLERKSDORP.
Yeah.
Two areas which are also pregnant with history, pregnant with culture, as you would have seen. And here the mechanics was that we're going to weave an element of Kasi lifestyle into how that plays into the whole tourism picture.
It was nice.
It was refreshing. We did the whole high performance thing.
Yeah. Sunwest Park, amazing, man.
Because those are iconic. You cannot come to watch and not do those. As you would recall, people into champions.
Apparently.
Maybe we need to bring a conversation should be, when do we bring Bafana there?
I was looking for their pictures all over.
They've never been
the
there.
accommodation.
They've never been there.
It's actually Bafana. Were there, but the senior haven't been there. And it tells you they know where to find the solution right here in Poch.
Right here in Poch.
A winning formula.
After Poch.
After the sophistication of your high performance, we did the township thing as well.
I got to visit places like the Ark, which we just spoke to Ubabu Jimmy, the owner of the Ark.
And by the way, we're not blowing you up on the Ark. We're not in the business. You're going to be comfortable and safe there. Everything else you'll discover yourself.
We equally did BLK.
We did BLK.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And we met the cooler you. Right?
Yeah, there's a...
the more famous you.
Was that the cooler?
It was a cooler, more famous one. He had done so much with his life. It looks like he aged better as well.
But Pat, here I was thinking, you the skipper, you the man. So there was a better...
There's actually another Pat.
I'm happy there's only one big MP.
You better be glad about that.
Employee who runs BLK Lounge, you know, at some point we shared names, and you know, obviously I'm the better looking of the two, but I'd always get his compliments. Another oasis, if you ask me, if you're in that area, I remember the first time we came to Poch before we went to Tanglewood, we drove past BLK Lounge, and I remember I remember it was a Friday. People were having so much fun. This was before heavy COVID. Yeah, and I remember telling myself that I was going to come back. Eventually, we've come back, and
we did.
We went to BLK. Thank you so much, sir, you know, for hosting us and everything else, and thanks for paying all of our bills while we're there.
Lekhaila Bora.
Yes.
Run by two youth, because remember, in terms of the thematic approach of Tourism Month, we're talking tourism for inclusive. To engage on how you're going to recalibrate the sector without taking other segments of, you know, the populace, the youth, the unemployed, and all of that, because tourism needs to re-engineer how we get back. And I'm happy we went to a product that is run by the two beautiful ladies who were on the show yesterday.
Yes, they were, and as a matter of fact, they mentioned something on the show that requires me to return there. Which is their dear mother left a huge music collection along with the piano on the foyer, and it would be a greatest honor and privilege of mine to return there, not only to try play the piano again.
Can we skip the piano playing?
Okay. Was I that good?
I have to tell you, man.
No, you were horrible, Penny.
And then I would love to go through her music collection as part of my, you know, hospitality in that space. So that was another revelation. You know, we will put it up on social media. You can go check it out. The two young ladies, very energetic. The rooms, there's one that I picked for myself. I think it's called the Lion Room.
There's also, you picked the Lion. I think it's the Leopard that's next to it. It's got the three beds, even side by side.
Yeah.
So you've got a group of friends. Why not touch?
Why not go there?
Then KLERKSDORP was something special as well.
Apparently, it's the largest town.
Yeah, we started
went to a jail. When you walk in, that's the thing that got me. It's a museum. When you walk in, first things you see jail cells.
Yeah.
It hits you.
ka moji na sa batlo tsena na sa le mo gore ke museum ya no I tharo no so mara le khale ba mmatla ke re tshwantsa bo it's a beautiful museum to visit because and based on the tour that we received for a very long time they had a huge exhibition of the Voortrekker movement.
Yes.
And that is being obviously realigned. And why was that the biggest exhibition? Is purely because the Afrikaans community was donating a lot more of the artifacts to capture the history. But they obviously have a exhibition for the Muslim community and the Hindu faith. You'll obviously find out more about the history of the
prison. It says here the museum is housed in a sandstone prison building dating from 1891 that was built by the ZAR Department of Public Works on request of the local Klerksdorp authorities in reaction to the huge rise in crime rates after the discovery of gold in December 1885. There was a story that was told about the rise in gold. When gold was discovered, apparently a lot of people moved into Klerksdorp, and part of the jail being built was that.
Oh, and another highlight for me was the Khoisan rock art.
Oh, yes.
That was phenomenal.
Yes. That was incredible.
It was so phenomenal.
It's worth. Before you go to Bonkanta and everyone else, what you need to do is satisfy the little ones and the wife and everyone else. Take them to a museum. Let them take pictures. Let them acquaint themselves with history. Another thing that really blew me away about that museum, and Klerksdorp Museum ba na le exhibition ya all the successful people ba tswang ko Klerksdorp.
That's like the big highlight.
Tuki mongwa bona. Bo Philemon Masinga, the Ngizela brothers, Jazil brothers ba ditsala tsa me, Lesego, Gerald Skalkwyk, Chipa Masinga, ba bantsi. Na re rona ga gona museum e tota ba ka tsholetsang ditshwantsho tsa rona ka re ke ba ko Klerksdorp ba re gaisa le gale o mongwe o tla bula museum.
But as a parting shot, Pat and the boys, the question becomes, did this campaign achieve what we set out?
I would say hell yes.
I'd love to believe that it honestly did.
What you at the beginning or the genesis of the entire program one, we wanted to ignite, as I said, the domestic market.
Tourism, yeah.
We wanted to showcase that the tourism ecosystem is functioning again. We wanted to over-amplify on the VTSD promotion because as a province, we are by far and large a rural province. But that's not a weakness, that's a strength to say we are a rural province because that affords us the opportunity to give this tourism thing a human face. Because tourism by far and large, tourism is not about beds and seats. Tourism is about people and their stories. And we were able, through this campaign, to tell those stories. And maybe right about now, Pat, it's only proper that I also acknowledge that this was not a Northwest Tourism Board campaign. We had with us the department who led. We also have Northwest Parks Board, who was our strategic partner. But most importantly, we were able to bring in the municipalities as well, because tourism takes place at the local level, at their area. So it was important so that they become part of the whole program. So I'm pretty excited because I would want to believe that we've answered all of those boxes when we started with you and the boys, when we had our initial brief to say, guys, will we be able to deliver on this? And I think we did pretty well.
We've done very, very well.
No, we did pretty well. We want to thank everyone we met along the way. And most importantly, I think the answer to the question that a lot of people have been asking themselves is, can I afford to travel? And I think we've been able to show you that you can find a package that suits your pocket. It's a beautiful country, and we were able to display to you that some of the places that you go past on a regular basis, behind them there are stories, and in some of these areas you're going to discover a lot more than you would from a brochure.
In fact, that was our biggest takeaway, showing the destination like you've never seen it before. We've moved away from your ordinary, we've moved away from your typical, what you'd normally do when you come to a destination. And we showed a completely different side of the destination.
No, we appreciate it. And once again, to all, everyone involved, we're truly grateful. We're going to continue, this discussion around tourism. We also want to thank, the folk at Club Masenkeng. We couldn't get in there because they're renovating. Good luck with your opening. I believe that Black Motion, they're performing. DRAAI, Gonkandla. Also, thanks for the hospitality, and also we truly appreciate the Khamer as well. It's you with the boys. 19 minutes to 9. Good morning.
The world we live in is filled with many who have lost their way, surrounded by temptation and sometimes hardships. They have succumbed to addiction, such as alcohol, drugs, and even worse. How will they find help to kick their habit and find meaning to life? Catch Kick It every Monday at 4:30 p.m. from the 6th of September on SABC1, Mzansi for sure, and on UFM on Monday on You in the Afternoon with Carol Hobbs at 5:20. This message is brought to you by the Gauteng Provincial Government, growing Gauteng together.
Right, just 8:42. I have to keep telling you about this good news. Nando's Rustenburg Mall. If you're into the new Rustenburg Mall, it's a great place. You got to go through as you enter the food court there. Usually very crowded, and people are really enjoying the cuisine there. Nando's Rustenburg Mall is now open and ready to peri-peri. So you can grab your friends and family and drop in for the legendary flavor of their 24-hour marinated flame grilled chicken and warmest welcome in town. And they're situated in Rustenburg Mall on the R104. You can order online at nandos.co.za, or you can download the app for click and collect. Nando's, fire it up.
Kanti, why wasn't Arthur Zwane really given the chance?
It's embarrassing, and I apologize to the supporters.
He's introducing other players that have not been given a chance to play because he's under pressure, but he's not aware that he's killing.
Oh no, coffee ka korapa 6.
Nothing went wrong. Ke bolo. Ba tlola ba re rasetsa mo ba re bolo ga ina therefore. Bolo ga ina therefore. Kanti therefore e ka gore ba jilo batho ba ba tshwanetse go jiwa. Nothing went wrong.
So come on, so but rona mabagani ya raja bula. I get a more of
town. All along I'm thinking you're a Chiefs.
UFM Sports every Monday to Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. only on UFM. In tune with you.
Hey Boobings, this is Moonchild Saneli. You're listening to You with the Boys on UFM. Yes!
mphe motho a nketse motho a ke re ba re lerato ke spane ba re pelo e ba rata kankane o thatilela ke sena kanjane ke go rata maloba le maopane a sponono saka my love my smile keeper ane lerato e le cold drink wena u 2 liter ene mina ngikuthanda uso ka wena ke kwala score anga wina no tunga o regela Porsche you got too much sauce.
You got too much sauce. Baby, talangiba jela nawe kwati siatadana mina nawe sofa spende sihlangane spele futhi ndawonye baby talangiba jela nawe kwati siatadana mina nawe sofa spende sihlangane spele futhi ndawonye
You got too much sauce. Too much sauce. Too much.
Hi, this is Malay, and I wake up with Pat Cash, Bingo, and Kamuchi on UFM. Much love.
I bet God looking for
That's made me believe it. That's made me believe it. Believe you won't deceive me. That's made me believe it. That's made me believe it. That's made me believe it. Believe you won't deceive me.
First you gotta forgive me. Let me know everything gon' be okay. Even if I come out at everything I did, would you still punish me even though I did it a long time ago? If so, let me know. If I propose, would you say no? Would you break my heart? Would you embarrass me or play your part? Baby, don't fold, my heart is yours. You got the power, you got the power. The flow is yours, the time is ours. Hey, you believe me or you don't. Choose to believe me or you won't. If you leave me, I'm skull and bone. I'm dead, baby. You told me, hey.
That's made me believe it. That's made me believe it. Believe you won't deceive me. That's made me believe it. That's made me believe it. Believe you won't deceive me.
You told me that you kill me if I f up. You told me I'm a lucky mother. You love him, but you never ever trust him. You never ever trust me. There's 3 sides to the story, and that girl got a good PR. I knew we never make it far, because I like my black and mama tar. Oh, tell me you love me, cause I know they won't. They wanna fit in for the photo shoot. Put them aside, baby, I notice you. My like, baby, they hyping you. My family like it, yeah, they liking you. My mama WhatsApp and she Skyping you. She wanna know what and you say either way.
That's made me believe it. That's made me believe it. Believe you won't deceive me. That's made me believe it. That's made me believe it. Believe you won't deceive me.
Potchefstroom, you are 99.4.
So they thought they'd leave you in the dark, even when there's no load shedding. But they don't know that you get free prepaid top 8. You also get unlimited cash withdrawals at selected retailers. Because who's counting at the counter? Speaking of counting, your UCount rewards points can be used to buy fuel at Caltex, and you earn rewards points every time you swipe. Get a MyMo Plus Gold card with no surprise fees so you can enjoy more swipes and all the vibes. Open yours at standardbank.co.za or download our banking app. Standard Bank. It can be. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Do you know your rights and responsibilities as a consumer? The Department of Economic Development, Environment, Conservation and Tourism will host consumer talk shows every Thursday. Tune in to UFM's Brunch with Sweetness at 10:20 a.m. as consumer practitioners elaborate more on your rights and responsibilities as outlined in the Consumer Protection Act and other relevant legislation. Be responsible and vaccinate to stay safe and adhere to the COVID-19 regulations. Together, we take Northwest forward.
Hey guys, our country is under attack. Our sisters and girl children are under attack. And I will urge you, don't you ever call me brother if you defend or if you look for reasons to justify this injustice. My name is Pat Cash and I stand against the abuse and killings of our women and children. It has to stop. Something has to give, and it has to give now.
ba go re koneseditse man ga o kampana fokentse fo teng ke ntse ka thulitha gemere go tlasenyana kwa ibile it's settled go tlase kwa ya no go lekane check us out on Facebook bagolo yeah it's Heritage Day so mofago ke tsamang lona ka kwa ene ka gore ke a itse gore ke tsamala magoto ke a go enwa ka le botlo gore ke ba time sentle ba simane ba
wa sentse ngame ka ngoto ke re ka last number 2 liters.
The whole 2 liters.
Yeah, no, this is mine. This is my this is my fish. That's how we finish off. Yeah.
And he did confess or
he did.
Did I though?
You did. 2 minutes ago you did.
No, I didn't.
How long are we going to keep this conspiracy going?
It's still a mystery what happened to the fish.
We're wrapping up season 1. It can't go to season 2.
Yeah. Once again, South Africa, we've got a beautiful country. We've seen so much. We wish this could continue. Plans for the future, Big MP?
I think your wish is our command. As government, as tourism board, as DDEC, as Parks board, all that we can do moving forward is to over-amplify on what we have done with the Tourism Month campaign. All that we are saying to the beautiful listeners of UFM is that watch this space, because from more, we're taking the crescendo up. Is the festive campaign.
Literally.
No, literally. So if they thought what about Bonnie Bingo,
that's happy.
We're bringing bigger fish. Kamuji was saying we need to do something in the air.
Okay.
We did a boat, right?
We did the boat.
Yeah.
We did the river, Komadikwa River Lodge.
Yeah.
What other
we did the dam.
We did, yes.
So now we gotta go up.
So we go.
Place.
Yeah.
We're going up.
Gotta take it to the sky, man.
And we're saying, people, South Africa is a beautiful country.
It really is.
Travel the country, but most importantly, come to the Northwest Province.
Yeah.
Because it's your province and enjoy it.
You can never say to people that you've been everywhere up until you've been to the Northwest Province. And we want to thank house. They're going to battle not to give her the 5th star. Somebody needs to open the gate and pick it up on the floor somewhere. To the chef as well, Lawrence Moyo. I ate just one piece of your sausage, brother. Eat and lay afterwards. Great food. And I want to thank also Jimmy Chauke for coming through. Good luck with your establishment, the Ark Guest House as well. Stay with UFM. We don't segment these things and leave them with different months. We're still going to be touring. Yep. Individually, we'll share with you some of the places we've been to. We now have an opportunity to take our families there. I cannot wait to take my kids to the cheetah sanctuary, Godeveld, and have them be surrounded by those wild dogs. It's a sound that, as an African person, you really must hear when those dogs go around that vehicle and they really looking to feast. the sound that they make. Malume,
Live on air.
Like the fight that came out. Did you see the change from the posh English to
Pila, you don't touch me on there is no place that doesn't have a history. I was truly humbled by each and every place we went to. I had been threatening for a long time to come to Klerksdorp, and I did at some stage, but not this way. You know, the soul of the people everywhere we've been, in Potchefstroom, everybody who was driving around, please keep up the spirit. Where we were broadcasting from is a tourism information center. Next time you're figuring out where to go, you're looking for a tourism package that suits your budget. Because that's the thing, isn't it? You know, maybe you can't afford to go live at a, 7-star, if there's any 7-star hotel elsewhere. You're looking for something that's affordable. They have tourism packages that suit your budget, anywhere. So pull in. We'll give you websites as well throughout our social media as well. And thanks to everyone. The staff, your department, at the Park Sport, everywhere else. We met people that are not office bearers, and I have to give you this. They're not office bearers. They're people that are genuinely passionate about travel. And I think our country's in good hands. Big MP, please send our greatest and warmest regards to everyone.
We'll definitely do that.
Thank you. This has been a live broadcast of You with the Boys Tourism Fridays from Rose Blossom Guest House in Klerksdorp. Honestly,
Bingo, we have a long trip back. We're going to get it.
I think I'm going to get in there.
I'm going to get a sip. It's not over.
What we wanted to say to our families is, baby, I'm staying here.
You've been staying in the last 4 destinations.
Baby, we don't go anywhere, you and me. So, I'm here now, And this is tourism, love. This is what I want to do, And management, please look at us. Come on, please look at us. The tourism people, they need us. Can we have a mobile We ask, please.
My name is Kamoji, and I approve Pat Cash's message.
I approve it as well, but I don't
My name is Pat Cash. I truly am humbled, and thanks you to everyone. Yeah, Big MP.
Okay. If time means anything to you, it's 8:58. Big MP, you and the boys, Tourism Friday. HAUWEng.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Radio that's in tune with its people.
In tune with the listener.
In tune with you. That's what radio's all about. You are radio.
And radio is you.
So you deserve radio that reflects you and your world, your lifestyle,
your aspirations,
and your ever-changing music taste.
Radio that keeps its fingers on the pulse.
Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content.
A listener-led radio station.
Radio that doesn't speak at people,
but radio that listens and engages its listeners.
The rebirth is here.
Radio that laughs with you,
cries with you,
celebrates with you. Radio that understands you.
Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race.
That's why we do what we do.
We listen to inspire, forever keeping in tune with you.
No matter where you always stay in tune.